Hello everyone, welcome back to the Book Brood.
And today we did another Halfoween-A-Thon book and adaptation. We already did that the other day, but we had so much fun doing it, we decided to do it again.
Yes. So today we read and watched Swamp Thing.
We read the Saga of Swamp Thing, book 1 by Alan Moore, and then we watched the original Wes Craven movie that was 1980s something. Obviously 80s, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So apparently this is a movie that you watched as a child.
Yes, it is a movie I watched as a child because monster movies were just awesome, and if the monster was the hero, that was great, and if there was a buxom leading lady, that was just even better, right?
There was a buxom leading lady. You know what? I actually really liked the character of Cable in the movie. She was, there was a little bit of that trope of falling down, oh, help me. But for the most part, she got in quite a few moments where she was fighting off people with, punching and kicks and stuff.
Yeah, she did have her moments of being useful. So she wasn't completely just there to be a woman like the bad guys' women were. Did you notice that?
Oh, yes. That was exaggeratedly clear. Yes. Absolutely. So Swamp Thing, I guess, I had never heard of it before, but this is one of those classic cases of chemical explode. There's doctors working on a secret formula, and then some sort of lab accident happens, and the doctor, Alec Holloway, somehow gets covered in the solution and then falls into a swamp and becomes the Swamp Thing.
Yes. Which is essentially a man made out of
moss
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Was it Holloway or Holland?
Was it Holland? It might have been Holland.
And then we have just stories. So the movie was just the origin story, and then revenge for the perpetrators of the accident or the people that caused the...
Well, and you've got the bad guys trying to get their hands on the solution.
Right.
Trying to replicate the interesting effect that it had.
Yeah. The comic book, though, the Saga of Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, was after a big event, and so Swamp Thing was already Swamp Thing, and...
Well, it definitely gave you the backstory.
It did, yeah.
Of Swamp Thing becoming...
But it also started, right after a big battle, apparently.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting choice. This was, 10 issues? Was it 10?
I think so. I think the bind-ups are 10. Yeah.
And so this really had one overarching arc with a nemesis, and then for some reason the last issue was just thrown in there to even out the 10 or something like that.
I guess it could have been its own arc because that story did kind of end, but
it ended with a prophecy, so I feel like that's a larger arc. I feel like that bad guy, the demon thing is probably the next villain.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever that gets introduced.
Well, the Etrigan or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of an anti-hero. So I think he was just there, for that bit of it. So that, I knew it, but I'd kind of forgot until we got to the episodes where the Justice League are kind of there.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's part of DC's whole thing.
I liked that because it briefly showed the Justice League sitting around trying to figure out how to solve this big problem. And while they're like, what are we going to do? Swamp Thing just solves the problem. That was pretty good.
So the movie was pretty awful.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
So 80s.
It was a product of its time. There was, what are those called? They're not hover boats, but the big...
the fan boats?
Yeah, the fan boat explosions because they're running into each other and stuff in the swamp. Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty
and
bad.
just the whole like mentality of the writing too. It's like, oh, you can't deny something, it's nature. Like, but this is like in reference to a guy just wanting women, and it seemed like, I don't know, it was just
It was 80s riff.
there. Right.
I liked the comic book message that they were going for instead of like it's in your nature or whatever. It was more of nature versus progress.
Yeah.
Or like nature versus humanity, like humans and yeah, technology. I liked that better
Yeah, definitely.
than the movie version.
I
actually really liked the comic, except for that last
Yeah.
that last couple of issues.
Yeah, I liked it too. Might keep reading it.
It was a little rough to read it on Amazon Unlimited because it was so small.
It was tiny. Yeah. So you had to zoom in a lot, and for those of us with bad eyesight, you got to do a lot of this. And
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had fun.
I loved this.
doing-
This
doing
was
the
so
Swamp
much
Thing.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch any more 80s monster movies anytime soon.
No.
But I loved the comic book part of this. And now I know that reference. AJ and the Queen. Is it AJ and the Queen? Where that was?
Oh, yes.
Where
Yeah.
the actress who was the star of Swamp Thing had a moment with RuPaul talking about how like she used to have great tits or whatever.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, yeah, because there was a topless scene. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
It all comes full circle
Uh-huh.
for me. I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I remember overhearing when you were watching that and laughing about it.
Yeah, because I didn't know who that was.
Yeah. So, yeah, any more thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with Swamp Thing. I think if I could get my hands on the physical copy, that would be better. It'd be easier to read.
Maybe when we're at a better library system.
That's
Fine.
yeah. Or if we had like a tablet where we could easier zoom in instead of doing the double click thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's my last thought.
That's Swamp Thing then. The Alan Moore Saga of Swamp Thing and the Wes Craven 80s movie. All right, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye,
everyone.
guys.